Welcome back and welcome to our lead hostess of Women's Eye View. The good name of this gracious lady is Mrs. Abla Doku. Abla is the publisher of the A Bridal magazine.
Welcome to Women's Eye View, an educational series covering thoughts, perspective, and outlook on business, entertainment, fashion, finance, leadership, sex, health, and wellness. I am Abla Doku, your host for today. Today we are going to have with us Ruvi Makuni. Did I say your last name right?
Yes, that's correct.
A health and wellness fitness expert who is going to be sharing with us today what we can do with our busy lives and still have healthy lifestyles. Ruvi, welcome to Women's Eye View.
Thank you, Abla. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. So you are in the corporate industry where you teach and have programs for the companies to be able to bring wellness into their businesses. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yes. Well, with corporate wellness, it's very important these days because wellness has become a big impact on our employees of this generation. People in general are spending a lot of time at work, so it makes sense to have wellness programs at work because, you know, with busy schedules, hectic family lifestyles, stress levels going up, people hardly have enough time to fit in their daily habits, you know, and their daily physical routines. And quite frankly, people lack the motivation and the and the energy after work. So it makes sense to have something in the workplace. Plus, there's no excuse if it's right there.
Right there at the workplace.
Exactly.
So is this something that a small business owner can incorporate and make a part of their business, or is it just for big corporations?
Absolutely. Small businesses can and probably should. It makes a big impact on small businesses, primarily because if you think about it, in a small business, if you know, if we look at the habits, sedentary lifestyle, incorrect eating habits, high stress levels, those are precursors for chronic diseases.
No kidding.
And those raise healthcare costs. At the same time, you know, people calling out sick a lot. And when you have a small organization, you only have so many resources to work with.
Correct.
So you really want to keep your employees healthy. And at the same time, workplace wellness, you know, since we're spending a lot of time at work, it's important that we're happy where we are.
Yes.
And, you know, creating an environment where people want to come to work, where people want to be to work with you.
Yes.
That's what workplace wellness does for your company, large, small, medium size. And I know a lot of small businesses shy away from wellness programs because they think it may be out of their budget.
Yes.
But, you know, particularly that's, you can find, and particularly with my programs, I work within the company's budget as well. So
that's good to know.
Yes, so it's definitely for everyone. And in the world that we live in today, it's very important to do that. And employees really appreciate that when their employers take care of them in that way.
Yeah. So what are some of the challenges for working professionals, for small business owners and people who run their own business? They go 24/7 almost, just like everybody else. What are some of the challenges? Why don't we see more of this in business places and with corporations?
Well, a lot of corporations, for example, you know, as I mentioned, because of the budget factor. But a second factor is they're simply, you know, too busy to. This is quite an undertaking because, you know, your HR manager, she has, or he, they have a lot of duties as it is. So it really takes time to develop a program. But that's where, you know, corporate wellness consultants such as myself come in, because I actually come in and I do the assessments with the employees to find out what they actually want and their needs and assessment and what type of program your employees would want, because you really want to develop a program that people are going to be engaged in.
And be happy with.
And be happy with.
So basically what you're doing is that you're taking the load off of the company, you're taking it off of HR, and you're coming in and you're talking to the employees, you're talking to the management, and you're figuring out what is going to be the best program. So it's not one size fits all. Each company is going to have a different program depending on that company and also depending on how the employees are working. Is that what I heard you say?
Exactly.
Okay.
And actually, one of the biggest mistakes some companies make is they launch a cookie cutter program. And that simply, for the most part, doesn't work because you need to have that employee engagement in order for it to succeed.
For it to be effective.
Yes.
So I see you have some goodies on the table here. Can you tell us about this? I see some breakfast stuff here.
Yes. So in your previous question, you asked some of the challenges that employees and professionals have. And this is certainly one of them. Figuring out or finding the time to prepare healthy meals for themselves. So I just have some quick ideas that are really healthy and that will fuel people throughout the day.
Let's hear it.
So first thing in the morning, I always recommend that people start with a large glass or two of water, preferably with some freshly squeezed lemon juice.
Okay.
Because we've been sleeping all night, so we're dehydrated, and you know, the lemon gives us that extra kick to get going in the morning.
Talking about lemon, I know it has the acid. Will apple cider work if you didn't have lemon, apple cider vinegar?
It will work. I know with some people they react differently. So I would say maybe, you know, a teaspoon or two, or and just, you know, see how you feel. Yeah, I know some people may go overboard. Some people have seen some not so great, you know, responses with apple cider. But
I see.
It certainly is an
option. It's an option
as well.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
And here for breakfast, I bought two options here. And this is something that you can make the night before.
Really?
So it's easy. You know, in the morning, you just grab and go, and then you eat it at work.
Okay. Can we see what you have?
Sure. So what I have inside is half a cup of oats. And half a cup of plant-based milk, almond milk or cashew milk. Some chia seeds.
I love those.
Yeah, and then I topped it off with some fruits.
Oh, can you show that to our viewers?
Sure.
That looks very healthy.
And it is, and it's very filling because when you're on the go, you definitely want some meals that are filling and so that you're not constantly snacking, and it'll give you energy throughout the day.
That's fantastic.
And this is the exact same recipe, except we added pumpkin, and who doesn't love pumpkin?
Please show that to our viewers.
Bananas as well.
It looks very good. So these can be prepared the night before. So when you're ready, does it come with a container?
Well, these actually, you can buy these at any grocery store.
Really?
At Giant, at, say, you know, you can find them at any grocery store. And they're great for portable, you know, grab and go. And it's a mason jar, really nice and strong. So,
I love that. It's such a great idea.
Thank you.
And I see you have, this looks like lunch?
Yes, this is a great option for lunch. So we have a filling sandwich with some hummus and tomatoes and cucumber and also some greens. I always recommend, if you're making a sandwich, to place some greens on both sides of the bread so that it doesn't get too soggy with the tomatoes.
Oh, so, that's a great idea.
And we have some tomatoes and some carrots. And this is a grab and go coconut amino. So it almost like salad dressing, but it's a lot almost like balsamic vinegar actually.
So it's healthier.
It's healthier and it's portable. And these are great lunch boxes that I like because they're partitioned. So you know, you can put
I've seen the plastic ones, but I haven't seen the glass ones, so that's a great idea. Nice. And I'm guessing you can find this at any of the grocery stores as well.
Yes, or Amazon, or
there
anything.
you go.
The cap also has a compartment for your utensils.
Yes. Very nice, very nice. And what do we have here? I see almonds and I see more goodies here.
Yes.
Some strawberries. Is that my breakfast? Am I going back to breakfast or what is this?
Well, we all know about the 3 p.m. slump where you're feeling tired, and if there's a cookie jar in front of you, that's the first thing you're going to grab. So I always recommend for professionals to always have a snack or 2 or 3 handy every day. And so these are just some examples. You know, we have some almonds, some blueberries, some strawberries. You can of course have some maybe some yogurt. If you don't eat dairy, you can have you know, plant-based or non-dairy yogurt, or trail mix or things like that, but just healthier versions of snacks so that you're always prepared and you always have something to eat throughout.
So you're not going to the vending machine and grabbing anything and whatever that comes your way. Okay,
exactly.
All right, so that's also a great idea. So you can just pack. It seems like everything can be done the night before, and all you have to do is put them in a bag, grab and go, and you're done with it. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the stuff can be made the night before. There's certain things too that can be made even during the weekend. For example, it's cold right now, you know, so like a nice chili, 1-pot chili, something like that you can partition into 5 or 6 portions, and all you do is you know, with a bit of variety, if you prefer, you just grab and go, and it makes things so much simpler. So you cook once, you have 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. You have lunch. You have what, something healthy that you need, and you don't have to worry about being in the kitchen constantly. Every day. Exactly. That's wonderful. And you can scrap the visits to the drive-through. Yes, that's where we all have problems with, right? So Ruvi, I know that you have, what about any ideas for dinner? Because I've gone to work, I'm tired, I've been working all day, and now I'm back home and I'm thinking drive-through. What's your suggestion? Well, definitely between the 3 p.m. and the dinner time, that is, I think, we'll call it maybe the the hot hour, because that is the time when you're when you're maybe hungriest. So if you fuel on your snacks, at least that will get you through the afternoon. In the evening, I also recommend prepping, you know, some vegetables ahead of time. So during the weekend, buy your bulk vegetables and cut them up so that, you know, during so wash, prepare, it's ready to go. It's ready to go. You can make large salads as well, you know, without adding in the dressings and whatnot, so that those are prepped and ready to go. Things like, depending on, you know, if you're a meat eater, you can make your meat for the whole week. You know, marinate and bake or grill your lean protein, so that it's ready for you to go. Certain things like a nice easy wrap at night with a salad and a nice soup, and you know, something filling too, just to get you through the evening. And I saw on your website that you have something to do with bowls of this dinner bowl, something bowl. Yes. Tell me about that. Yes, so dinner bowl. So this is basically where, because a lot of people, where they get caught up is they worry so much about recipes and following the recipes to the T. Yes. But dinner bowls are nice because you literally take what's in your fridge and you put a nice dinner bowl together. But the key is what's in your fridge has to be nice and filling and healthy. So, for example, if I come home and you know, I have some greens in my fridge, I'll make a nice filling salad to go with whatever protein that I'm going to have, and make a nice bowl. So I'll probably add, because I'm a vegetarian myself, so I'll probably add some black beans or in my salad or things like that. So usually the base of my meal, I love vegetables, and you know, some either grilled asparagus or grilled eggplant or anything like that, and then I just add little things here and there to go with it. Yeah. So talking about what's in your fridge affects your dinner. Yes. What are some of the basic things that you think people should always have in your fridge, or their pantry for that matter? Well, for pantry, to make your lives a lot easier, I always, some of the staples are things like, you know, your brown rice, your quinoa, if you eat grains, things like that, and you know, some flour if you're into baking. So things that are always there so that you're not constantly running into the grocery store. And those are very helpful. And plus, things like rice and oatmeal even, and quinoa, you can make those in bulk. And so if you have a large pot of
rice too. That's in the fridge, and that's something that you don't have to worry about when you come home during the week.
Yeah.
In your fridge, you definitely want to have a nice source of greeneries. You know, you always want that.
Yes.
And whichever protein source you're going to reach out to, whether it's your chicken or you know, your fish, or for some people just their beans and whatnot, just depending on what your diet is.
Okay.
But definitely the healthier food should maybe override the not so healthy food. Yes, exactly.
So, do you have any final thoughts for our viewers?
Well, if there are any companies out there that want to get a wellness program going, I'd say the one thing that you can start, you know, on Monday or tomorrow, or whenever people see this, is get together during lunchtime, go out for a lunchtime hour walk. You know, during the workplace these days, people aren't even taking their lunch breaks because
they're working from the still working.
They're working, and of course people are sitting for about 8 to 10 hours a day. So just breaking up that routine during the day, going with your coworkers for a 15-20 minute walk. That's a great way to even start. Very simple and not expensive at all.
Okay, thank you so very much, Ruvi, for joining us today. Thank you, our viewers. We really appreciate you being here. This was Women's Eye View. We'll see you next time.